Lucy's.
Yep.
It looks like glazed donuts.
Yep, that's how it must be. You know, when this baby's going down, we're about to eat glazed donuts. Look at the size of this beefcake.
Put some of these pad eyes down. We've got two for the bow here to run the tack line off the spinnaker.
Welcome to Sailing Lady Africa. I'm Ricky, and this is my wife Simone.
After 2 years of hard work on our boat, she's finally ready to take us from South Africa across the Atlantic to the Bahamas. Be sure to join in our adventures by subscribing down below. As we are still in lockdown here in the V&A, we decided it was the perfect time to get started on some boat projects, but first we celebrated Easter.
So it's Good Friday, and one of the Portuguese kind of traditions is bacalhau, which is like codfish that's been salted and dried, and then you unsalt it and do all of that process. You guys can check out a video about it. But yeah, that's bacalhau with eggs, boiled eggs, and pretty much everything is just boiled, and you add some olive oil and vinegar if you want. And there's carrots, potatoes, cabbage, and it's amazing. This is my favorite dish.
So while we're at it, we might as well get this done. I ordered one of these a while ago and I haven't put it on because our handle is busted. So this is going to make life easier to get this out. Shit.
They're seized?
Yep.
Shit.
I feel seized.
Now what?
No, that's a problem. They don't snap off. They are a little bit corroded. Doesn't feel good.
They're slowly loosening.
It feels the same. Need to put them back in with some grease. Oh!
You snapped it.
As I thought it would.
Shit.
Ah, this just gave us a lot of work.
You have to drill it out now.
Drill and tap. I might be lucky with this.
And you have one to drill. Yeah, it's coming. I see it.
Okay, so that's the bolt that I broke in there, and that's how the other one came out. So the other one's good. So I just gotta drill and try and use the easy out on that, and then I'll tap it and get that out of there.
We tried it all, from heating it, drilling it, and tapping it. You got it, baby.
What we don't want to do is break the easy out. Probably be easier to tap it right on the bracket. Can't put it upside down because it's a 4-stroke.
So how long did it take you to get some of the screw out?
Probably about half an hour.
No, it took like
Longer?
an hour.
Was it long?
Yes, it was so long. You tried to save it, but you couldn't.
But I drilled it all out. So that's our old bolts, and they're rusting, and they're actually rusting on the deck, so I'm going to replace them with stainless steel. I need to put some lubrication to make sure that it doesn't corrode and eliminates getting freaking stuck. So
Have you guys ever noticed that Ricky can't finish his sentence while he's working? Can't multitask.
let's just quickly change the handle. 2 hours
Yeah.
later.
Seriously. It's like this whole boat. Everything's 2. Let's just rebuild our boat 2 years later.
See, it's not broken no more.
Gym workout.
If it's okay. Grease that.
It's crazy to walk to the store and see absolutely no one. A place that was so alive now, completely quiet. It took some time getting used to.
We could probably finish up the stack back and get this sorted out. Cool.
Ricky drilled in the saddle, which will later get a sheave to run a lazy jack line through. We pulled up our battery drill with our courtesy flag line so that Ricky could have his hands free to climb up the mast.
Coming down? So that's the new ones on, and now we're just gonna run the lazy jacks up here and get that connected up, and we'll go up to the top of the mast and just check everything else, make sure that everything else is perfect.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to alert you when we upload a new video. It's a free way you can support our videos, and don't forget to hit that like button.
We want to put it on this, yeah.
Okay.
It makes the loop, and then we tie a bow line to it. Just the shortest possible, just to get it neat. I mean, you could use a frictionless ring if you want to
Make it fancy.
It's going to be fancy and spend some more money, so that's fine. But this is a cheap way of doing it, and it will work perfectly, and I'll never have to worry about maintenance. Okay, so the first one's on, and then we'll take this one up. It's a little bit tricky to try and get such a tight bow line on this line. So you see there, check how easy it runs now, whereas before you couldn't do this with the line. So as there's still quite a few projects that we left to do, we got one of these, and obviously if you know anything about rope and chain as an anchor or ground tackle, you shouldn't have it like that. So this needs to be spliced onto this, but when we left we didn't have time from PE, so we just kind of hooked it up and went. If we needed to use the anchor, which we didn't need to, we would have had backing line on it. So we got 100 meters of 12 mil, I can't even remember what this is. It's not nylon, it's something else. It's what the Southern Rope guys recommended. It's like 3.5–4 ton braking load, so it's pretty good, and it's set up for it's the right size rope for our windlass. We've got 40 meters of chain and 100 meters of rope. Got my little splice kit. So I'm trying to see how far I want to do the tape off. I want to do about minimum 5 splices, just to be on the safe side. So I'm trying to start off by putting a stopper over here. You can use it with anything else that you want to do. You could use a piece of material, cloth, whatever. You just want to tie something onto there tight so that it doesn't unravel past that. And then you got 3 strands, and you're just gonna loosen those and tape each one of those up. Then you unravel these fluff cakes. You make a good for fishing lure. We should try that.
I don't think that's gonna be any good for a fishing lure.
I reckon we could make a skirt out of that. Put a hook or 2. Maybe we'll test it.
I don't know, I don't feel like not catching fish, eh?
I don't feel like not catching fish. If you guys want to see this technique, just check any video online. There's a lot of guys that do rope to chain. I'm not going to show you the whole process, but what I start off with 3 lines. 1 goes in on one side and the other 2 come from the other side of the chain, and then the rest just gets buried into you in a specific sequence. So we're gonna do this onto the rope onto the chain, and then we're going to take it off, and then we're going to mark, probably spray every 5 meters. We'll spray, and that's so that we know when we're anchoring what depth we're anchoring in, or how much scope we got out. That's one more project off the list.
So we started our water maker, couldn't finish because we need parts. We started installing our buck boosts to charge our lithium batteries with our engines, couldn't finish, we needed supplies. Everything's closed, so we're doing what we can. Once the splice was done, we started marking our anchor chain, which consisted of us removing all our chain and painting it.
So we're just going to mark it up every 5 meters so that we can have our marks like that. So by running it like that, I can have the same mark every 5 meters. Let's get this baby white.
That is not how you do it, babes.
Isn't this how you paint?
No.
Well, this is how you paint.
You're making it look like glazed donuts.
Yep, that's how it must be. You know, when this baby's going down, we're about to eat glazed donuts and pina coladas. This is inside the anchor locker. You see there's like a bit of a recess and the chain actually sits over there. So I'm going to put the rope, then the chain on top, and the end of the rod, it's attached to that. So there's stainless steel deck fittings, and I just tied it with the bowline knot onto there, so that if for some reason the whole chain had to run out, that would catch it. There's all the road in there now. Tomorrow when the chain's dry, put it on top of that 100 meters and we're good to go. One more project off the list.
Bow bow.
One more done.
Bow bow. What you doing, Ricardo?
Building a lot of soft shackles. So for those of you that don't know, I got a little one somewhere, I don't know where it is, but building these soft shackles, and they replace a D shackle, which is like that stainless steel bend with a pin in it, and these are just like a synthetic way of doing it, and it's just lighter, it puts less wear on the boat because not two parts of metal rubbing with one another, and you can put it through there. You see, look at the size of this beefcake. Now you might be thinking that this is overkill, and it definitely is. I think one of these things can hold like 15 tons, and that can only hold like 1.5 tons. But the thing is, for the application I want to use it, is quite a bit of wear, and I only want to build one to cross the Atlantic, and so we'll see how this one fares. I'm going to build 2 of them, one for either side, to control the sheets of the asymmetric, and then divert this to the, because see, I need to actually get it raised off the deck so that I can get that clearance space so that this can go to the winch. So I've got little ones too. I've built these smaller ones. I'm in the process of building a big one like this, but made out of the smaller one as a backup or just to have on the boat. So I'm gonna, now that we have time off, I'm gonna build a whole bunch of them.
After making them, we had to tension the diamond knot on the soft shackles.
Just trim them.
Make them look pretty.
Make them look pretty. I've got a whole bunch and made a few extras, so we're good to go. Now I'll probably just do a few infinity loops just to have a couple of spares. Get some projects going. We managed to get a little bit of materials and stuff, so we're gonna get some projects done. And you might see there's our furler, and we've got no sails. Check it out, inner stay sail, also no sails, and the guys have come and collected, and tomorrow they're gonna come and do measurements of everything out. Well, they haven't collected it yet, it's actually just standing in the back there, but tomorrow they're coming over. They're gonna sort out the main, hopefully, and do the inner stay sail and do the jenny, get all of that sorted out. Everyone's kind of advising, if you can afford it, to put a new sail now, put a new sail now, because you're going to bite yourself hard if you're in the Caribbean somewhere and you need a sail, and to get one out there is going to be 4 times the price of what you're going to pay in South Africa for one. So we'll see where that goes. And but what I got is, we've got to fit some of these pad eyes down. We've got 2 for the bow here to run the tack line off the spinnaker, and then 2 of these guys on the back so that we can run our sheet line from our spinnaker and to our winches, which will make life so much easier to fly a spinnaker. We've got to pack everything out of there and everything out of there, so we can install one on the tip there and one on the tip there. So where we're going to fit these pad eyes is right up front here. So one pad eye will go there and the other pad eye will go the other side, and then we can add the spring and the block on top of that, or otherwise we can just go with the block on top of that. It gives us many options running it this way. What I've done there, this is 10mm solid fiberglass. It's bi-ax layup. I can't even remember how many layers, but there's quite a few layers, and it's probably about 20 layers or so. And so I'm just going to cut that out, and that's the backing plate block. So the bottom of that will be that size backing plate. I'll fill up that entire V shape that's on the bow there.
Before bonding the fiberglass backing plate down, we had to ensure it would fit. Once we got the all clear, it got epoxy bonded into place. This was done for the bow and stern pad eyes. The next day, once it was cured, we bolted down our bow and stern pad eyes. And I could put our headliner back into place. If you'd like to become part of our Lady Africa family and support our videos, you can do so by clicking on the links in our description below.